get around bigger transformations. And what I want to kind of run you through is what you want to do if you're looking to gain flexibility, mobility, stretch the hamstrings. They're still going to remain tight for a while. It takes a good amount of time to loosen it. You know, I'm struggling with loosening my right one. It's getting better and better each day with kind of what I've been focusing on, and I'm just going to run through kind of the key positions that you want to, you know, work your glutes in and basically break up your scar tissue with your hypervolt or whatever kind of percussion gun you're using. One of the best ways is to kind of lie on your side and let this kind of legs hang over. So whether you're hanging on a bed, or you kind of get into what I call a pretzel stretch. And from here, you just want to check and feel. You're going to notice this, you know, the tissue is really hard. It's your part quadricep, part glute. You're going to even notice kind of down by the, you know, a lot of people consider the bony part of the butt. And that's what you're going to look for, is these kind of hard tissue areas. The soft tissue is tissue that's regenerating and still working well. The hard fibrous stuff we can start to break up. So what you're going to do is kind of take your percussion gun and focus on these key points. So by using this kind of needle point, it penetrates much deeper into the tissue and allows for a better breakup. So I'm going to just kind of hold it here as long as I'm comfortable, and I'm going to move to my next spot and my next spot. And especially if you can kind of get up, really up here too. Okay, that kind of comes a little bit later. In the beginning, some of this may be uncomfortable, and you kind of want to avoid those areas. So none of this should be in any way uncomfortable, honestly. The tissue that's excited and uncomfortable is because it's getting overworked, so it's really excited. So there's no point in loosening it. You'll notice that if you go to an area close to it or across from it, that it's not painful, and you'll go back to the site that was uncomfortable, and all of a sudden it's going to feel fine. And then what you're going to do, I kind of get tired of holding in the one position, so then I'm going to switch to my other side. Same thing. Okay, I'm going to first check. Okay, see where I'm hard in terms of the tissue. And, you know, I notice like up here on this one, here on this one, you know, each side is going to be a little bit different. And that'll kind of give you a little bit of understanding of what's happening to your body over time and how hard these are getting. Buns of steel is a metaphor, not something we really want to live to obtain, because again, think of something hard and tight, it's just not moving. Same thing happens with the upper body. Another great position just to kind of get into is just kind of standing and kind of leaning slightly forward. And usually I target kind of these higher areas. And same thing, should not be uncomfortable. It's better to run this at a higher speed than a lower speed. Okay, low speeds end up more uncomfortable. Okay, think of a higher percussion speed. It's going to break up the tissue faster. You kind of push as hard as you're comfortable going in terms of pressure. A lot of these sometimes, some of the other guns I know will kind of die out. Like if I was pushing too hard, it would just putter out. That's kind of why I like the, what I've been using is the Hypervolt. I notice that never happens. And again, even as I push harder with this kind of newer one, I notice it kind of absorbs the impact much better. So that's one of the good things about some of the higher end ones. They, you know, not all things are created equal. I haven't tried out the Theragun. It was a little bit more money, so you know, this is kind of right in the middle. Even their cheaper guns, I think they got 100, a 200, and a 300 point. So I haven't played around with all of them yet. This is the better of the one because again, I'm using it for work. And then as you've watched in some of my other videos, another couple key spots, kind of getting into this position, this position. The more time you can spend working these areas, even if it's 10, 15, you know, better. I kind of just will sit in front of the TV and kind of do this while I'm working and turn on the subtitles. It's where the newer one is much quieter, okay? Some of my older ones are really loud. So those are the key spots that you want to keep focusing on, that I kind of keep drilling into everybody, that I'm doing day in and day out. And you know, I've never been able to kind of, a little tight, get to my toes. I don't think I've been able to do that since I was in my 20s, which is crazy. I was always kind of right about here. Could never get past this point for years. And you know, this is all I've been doing is working on key spots to focus, and targeting with the percussion gun, and kind of using basically kind of like a massage technique or understanding of the body to help facilitate this. Okay. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.